Welcome to This Explainer, where we're diving headfirst into the absolute viral madness of Rebecca Yarros' newest Empyrean release. Look, if you've been anywhere near the Romantasy community lately, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Today, we're answering the million-dollar question. Is Threshing Day, the brand new Wing and Claw collection release, actually worth the hype, or is it just another publisher cash grab? Well, spoiler alert, the dragons definitely say yes.
I mean, seriously, how does a book manage to completely break the internet with literally no title, no cover, and just a tiny whisper of a rumor? Let's talk about the sheer hype of a book that was known for months only as not book 4. When the secret project dropped online, readers just instantly started theorizing. Was it a novella about the missing 12 hours? A deep lore prequel? This secrecy drove the whole fandom into an absolute frenzy, which really just proves how much of a chokehold the Empyrean universe has on us right now.
And check out this staggering stat. This mystery book shot all the way up to number 2 on Amazon based on pre-orders alone. Literally, number 2. Think about how rare that is in publishing today. Readers had zero idea what the plot was, who was even in it, or what the cover looked like. They just knew Rebecca Yarros was taking us back to Navarre. And honestly, that blind trust was enough to make hundreds of thousands of people hit add to cart immediately.
Now, that wild pre-order rush makes total sense when you remember that the previous book in the series, Onyx Storm, sold an unbelievable 2.7 million copies in just its first week. Yeah, 2.7 million. So if you were one of those 2.7 million people, you know exactly why the anticipation is so stratospheric right now. The cultural momentum of this franchise is just unprecedented. We are all basically desperate for anything related to Basgiath War College.
Section 1. The Vibe. Dragons, Death, and Tropes. Let's get into the spoiler-free vibe of this brand new companion collection arriving on September 29th, 2026. Basically, this isn't a direct sequel to the main timeline. Instead, it's a deeply focused look at one specific, terrifying day. The entire premise revolves around the absolute life-or-death stakes of Basgiath's most pivotal event, Threshing. Imagine standing in this forested, bowl-shaped valley, knowing that a massive, fire-breathing apex predator is right in front of you, evaluating your very soul. They either choose a rider or they incinerate them. Literally, there's no middle ground.
In this specific cocktail of tropes, it's incredibly effective. When you combine the brutal, unflinching reality of a military survival setting with deep, intricate romantic tension, you get a psychological pressure cooker that we just cannot look away from. You're getting the delicious tension of forbidden or off-limits love, enemies to lovers dynamics, and characters overcoming just incredible institutional odds to survive the skies. It takes all the iconic romantasy elements we're obsessed with and condenses them perfectly into one legendary high-stakes game.
Section 2. Why we are obsessed.
So, why exactly is this specific release working so well and driving fans completely wild? Well, the first big reason is captured perfectly in the epic publisher tagline. 13 unforgettable stories. One legendary day. The bond that changes everything. Don't die. Up until now, we've mostly been limited to Violet's perspective, right? Which naturally leaves these huge gaps in the lore that we're all desperate to fill. We aren't just getting one novella here, we're getting a whole anthology that lets us step into the minds of peers, rivals, and predecessors on the most important day of their lives.
And let's talk about the reveal that completely broke the Romantasy internet. Yes, you heard that right. We finally get to step into XADEN Riorson's mind on his Threshing Day. We get to witness the exact moment the fierce 50-year unbonded Navy dagger tail, Sgaeyl, defied all tradition and chose XADEN as her rider. Getting his internal dialogue and feeling the sheer weight of that unprecedented choice is something we've been begging for. Honestly, this POV alone makes the book a mandatory read.
Our second reason for the obsession is the massive expansion of the rich dragon lore. You know, dragons in this world don't just act like pets. They are deeply intelligent, apex predators conducting an intense mutual selection process. They actively evaluate the human core, searching for courage, cunning, or ruthlessness. Threshing Day allows us to authentically explore how different tail types, like morning stars versus dagger tails, reflect and interact with different human traits. It gives us that intricate world-building depth we constantly crave.
And the third reason it works so well is pure aesthetic collector appeal. In the modern book community, physical books are often treated as literal art displays for our shelves. The whole phenomenon of special editions has completely taken over, and publishers know we want gorgeous, cohesive sets. The Wing and Claw Deluxe Edition is absolutely stunning compared to the Standard Edition, and it's designed perfectly to coordinate with the special editions of the main novels that we already own and cherish.
This deluxe edition goes a step further to truly reward the fandom. Depending on the version, it features gorgeous silver-gilded or dragon-sprayed edges and, most importantly, 16 stunning full-color pieces by artist Joe Requeza. The Empyrean fan art community is just massive online, so getting official, full-color interior illustrations that validate that visual culture is a huge win. It beautifully bridges the gap between Rebecca Yarros' vision and our own imagination.
Section 3. Who is this book for?
Let's break down exactly what kind of reader needs to clear their shelf space for this release. If you love romantasy and deep fantasy lore, this multi-perspective dive into the writer's quadrant is basically written specifically for you. It expertly blends the military brutality of Basgiath with these super emotional, character-driven narratives. Ask yourself, do you love seeing how a terrifying bond between a human and a dragon reflects a character's deepest, most hidden self? If so, you're going to devour this book.
But honestly, it also serves as the ultimate emotional buffer. We can all collectively commiserate over the trauma and those absolutely devastating cliffhangers Onyx Storm left us on. We're still recovering. This collection allows us to safely return to Basgiath War College, to see beloved characters like XADEN, Liam, and Riddick again, without having to instantly face the active, traumatic crises of the main timeline. It's just a brilliant, comforting trip to the past while we wait for Book 4.
Section 4. Grab your copy now. Okay, so the book drops on September 29, 2026, and based on how quickly these special editions vanish from the market, you do not want to be left without that gorgeous illustrated copy. So here's what you need to do. Click the link in the pinned comment and the description down below to grab your own hardcover copy right now for $24.99. You absolutely want to secure your pre-order before the deluxe Wing and Claw editions sell out completely and end up on resale sites for triple the price.
I literally cannot wait to read these 13 stories. But I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below letting us know whose perspective you're most desperate to read. Are you here for XADEN, hoping for Liam, or someone else entirely? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Make sure to secure your pre-order right now, and as you wait, ask yourself, if you walked into that valley, which dragon would choose you? And as always, remember the golden rule of Basgiath. Don't die.